Okay, I have this new web application that I'll be talking about in a sec, how we get there. Eventually we'll get the code working, everything's working, GPT-4, oh, thank you very much. Yeah, we have spectrogram on the screen, we can actually test it. Yeah, I don't want to ruin your ears by testing it, but yeah, I did test it, it's actually working. It's not just your amplitude, it's the actual frequency of the speech, and the audio source is my microphone. Just quickly before we get into it, yeah, the GPT-4, oh, in the canvas option, edit this preview. Obviously it doesn't work, well, because you need access to the device's audio. It used to show an error message before. That error message is also gone. Get rid of that. Yeah, if you have any comments, suggestions, if you have checked the website, go check it out. Let me know what you think. All these tools are available. This will be available shortly. SpectroWave, how did we get there? We asked for hearing and speech web application ideas. Yeah, we got a bunch. A lot of them are rubbish. Sign, this is something we did tried doing before. The sign language, whatever, translating text or a video into sign language. Yeah, had some mixed results. I mean, Google doing the same thing anyway. The sign language learning portal, yeah, so it gave some recommendation. Yeah, web app suggestion. Real-time conversion will be nice. Yeah, so focusing on the real-time conversion. A sign language avatar, okay, that will be something similar to this avatar that I'm using, but whatever avatar mode, doesn't matter. Speech control, reply, okay, HTML code, and get this HTML code with script, JavaScript in it, and it's using emojis. Now, I've originally thought, yeah, must be a good idea to use emojis for your sign language, but then, well, these are just placeholders, so they are not real. So hallucination or being creative. Okay, so what's the sign language sign for an apple in American Sign Language? Performer making a fist with your dominant hand, well, my left, whatever. Then extending your index finger and bending it slightly. You place the knuckle of your extended, okay, so too hard. Then I was asking for a single hand emoji sign for Apple, and it's giving me an Apple emoji. So, okay. So should we be doing text to emoji translation? Well, yeah. Very different web application, so we abandon this one, obviously. Okay, we asked for just hearing web app ideas, live speech to text. Well, we have speech to text transcriber already running on the website. You can go check it out, check out all the other tools as well that we have. I'll pop this in the chat, but then you can go back and also check all the other tools. So we already have a live to speech to text. AI-powered hearing aid optimizer, so we are working on that as well. So thank you very much for the idea, but yeah, we already got it. Working on that. We'll probably be doing that next. Yeah, put the pin in that one. Sound language interpreter, so already spoke about this. Sound equalizer for hearing loss. Yeah, so this will be related to the hearing aid optimizer, wouldn't it? Which we actually, yeah, let me check. So we have a whole list of apps, web applications that we're currently working on that are not actually working. We have for the hearing aid the application, we have actually an example that we did using ChatGPT that, as you can tell, doesn't really work. Gives an error message, well, it doesn't work. Then we have another one that Claude made for us, and this was actually a bit more promising. And so, entertainment engagement, ASMR. No, we are not doing ASMR. Forget about that. Personalized audiobooks, whatever. No, healthy, safety, hearing test, ear health. Yes, it's related to ear health. So Claude was able to do pretty well. It does a hearing loss. You can select your scale type, linear, logarithmic. looks pretty well. Yeah, hearing loss level in dB. Yeah, inverted scale, that's fine. Profound hearing loss, severe hearing loss, moderate, mild, normal. Now, so if you have, say, moderate hearing loss, then you can, ideally, those gain settings will change automatically, but currently you have to change them manually. But then you can use your audiogram to guide you in setting up your gain settings for your hearing aid simulator web application as such. And then you enable your microphone and probably do some very loud noises. Should we? Well, let's reduce the volume. Yeah, that doesn't work. Oh, gazillion of errors. Okay, that's not good. T3, what? That's not our errors. It's something to do with visualization. Yeah, there's missing stuff. Toggle microphone is not working. Yeah. Claude, naughty Claude. Doesn't work. Yeah, we'll get back to it in a bit. What else we have? Suggestion wise, environmental noise detector. Yeah, okay. Maybe smart home. No, communication. Yeah, I'm not doing social engagement stuff. Close that. Okay, just the speech, AI speech coach, real-time speech transcriber, blah, 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 blah. Storytelling. Okay, it's a lot of storytelling happening, isn't there? Okay, then we went through speech. Yes, obviously speech synthesis is a thing, but then there's some, yeah, open source. We could try those open source APIs for speech synthesis tools. Currently we have the TTS, the text-to-speech, up and running, but we could try speech synthesis as well. But obviously we would like to know what would it take to develop one from scratch without relying on any library or any third-party thingy. Text processing, speech generation, okay, whatever way you pronounce this, tokenization, yep. What else we've got? Yeah, I'm not sure about that example. Okay, you're converting the DR into doctor. Okay, whatever. A natural language processing NLP. Yeah, I remember using this one before. Yeah, regex is an absolute pain to use, but the bot is actually quite good at writing, fixing regex commands, filtering, and the such. We actually did it for another application before. From memory, it was this Graphit. Yeah, the Graphit is actually using regex to filter stuff from the text that is not quite relevant. Yeah, making some suggestions. We have a continuous description, no bullet points. We might actually pop it into knowledge graph generator. Yeah, we have a big node, a chunky ass node on speech. What else we got? Voice. Got voice, obviously. We got all these single nodes that meant to be just going away somehow. But yeah, regex is actually just filtering, you know, the more obvious stuff like is, there, all this kind of stuff. Have some longer linked speech synthesis development combination. Okay, not sure about that. How useful that is. Yeah, I was saying this before, but yeah, somehow by untangling these nodes, you might actually learn more about the topic. Also, I'm not quite sure if the text, what does it say about the quality of the text if you have this independent nodes that are not connected to anything. Don't know what that is, but waveform fidelity. Why is it not actually related to anything? No idea. It's actually wrong as well. It's high fidelity waveform generation. This thing has waveform fidelity. That connection obviously doesn't make any sense. Anyhow, anyway, then when we went through to get to this spectrogram from speech. Yeah, we ask for HTML, JavaScript, JSON, CSS, transform device browser sound into spectrogram, continuous text summary, without code, without bullet points. So we actually had that description. Shall we read it? Let's pop it into graph it as well. Okay, so we have this description. Okay, so we have the code, we have a name for the app. Yeah, there was an issue that the thing would not load. We actually had to click on the screen, but there was no button on the screen, so we had to add the button. So now when you load the page, it has this start spectrogram, and then it just starts. Nice and simple. We love it. Yeah, we also asked to specify the audio source below the canvas, which it did, but it's always now saying audio source microphone, which doesn't make much sense, does it? We would actually like to check what the audio device is being currently used. We might even, if it's not too hard and it won't make the code too long, add an option to select a different source using a drop down, and the drop down should populate all the devices, audio devices available on our device. Anyway, obviously it understands all the context, so we can just, yeah, it's pretty smart, isn't it? We can just go code, and it just does it straight away. I thought it will do something in the chat, but no, it decided to just go for it. It's just going for it. It's gonna generate the whole thing. Sometimes it's a thing where it's removing bits from the previous code, so it doesn't seem like it happened in this case. You can see quite a lot of changes. Yeah, it has its own CSS. Eventually we'll have to change the styling to our own, but we can do it later. There's a preview that yet yeah, obviously the preview is a bit hopeless. It doesn't really work because ChatGPT is actually trying to run this code on their own server. But yeah, good luck with that. In this case, they should have just said the access to devices is necessary, so don't try this at home, whatever. Yeah, it actually works, but it's nice that you can what's up with that? What's up with that? It's another microphone. It's the microphone for the camera. Are we doing both of them? Are we? That's actually could be an interesting it's actually an interesting idea. So obviously it starts something up. When we switch, yeah, we have another microphone being added to the mix. Yes, we have this one should be louder. This one should be louder now. Yes, so yeah, funnily enough, it's adding both microphones, which is, yeah, it's a bug, but we can turn it into a feature, can we? Let's see what the bot got to say for itself in its defense. Yeah, I can't read or write, so let's see if it actually understands the context. We would like is there a way to add the output audio devices as well as the input audio devices? We would like to process the output device on the spectrogram. So we would like to essentially, yeah, have you probably had a good idea there with using like radio buttons, whatever they're called, whatever you mentioned, checkboxes. Yeah, so I'd like to list all the audio devices connected to this machine, and then have an option to select multiple ones and display the spectrograms. So we're treating the input and output in the same way. So essentially, example is that for an input device, it already works as is. So it's a microphone talking to the microphone, seeing the spectrogram. Yeah, if we have more than one microphone connected, we would like to be able to use both of them and display the spectrograms on the same chart as it is happening at the moment. But also, when I play an audio on the device, on the machine, I would like to display its spectrogram as well. Yeah, one of the microphones is picking up more noise. I have another fan well, I have 10 fans in the within the device, within the machine, but then there's another fan in the room. So yeah, and one of them is picking up way more noise. Yeah, so you can actually compare your microphones and things like that. But let's read this quickly. When we're reading, we actually, we don't just want to read, we want to pop this into Graphit, so we can actually see the text. How does that sound? We can have two options of this thing, like the regular and advanced, but it just start modifying the code. No, it's explaining me how to do it. I seem to understand the context and everything, so if we go, yeah, editing the code. Human developers, see you later. Okay, so it edited the code, but we will change the height. Okay, it's actually changed the code quite a bit. Okay, we have the two microphones. Okay, now it's processing all the audio. Okay, this is the other spectrogram. So it would only let you choose one at a time, would it? Yeah, I think it's only one at a time. Yeah, it's knowing what it's doing. It's like, yeah, whatever your PhD level developer. I wonder if this is my fan. Let's actually turn the fan off, see what the difference does make. Yeah, all that noise, high frequency noise was a fan. Now it goes much quieter. And which one? Don't quite understand if you have two of them or not, because the tick just disappears. I like the idea of it, I like it very much. The other question is, yeah, we're testing if error messages. Let's clear those for a sec. Search about it. Yeah, we get the constraint. Never seen the error message like that. Over constraint. What that means. Oh, wait a sec. Yeah, we can have virtual. Well, we can have virtual cameras coming from OBS, whatever, from streaming servers software. Anyway, the thing is just amazing in terms of generating code. I like it very much. Let's go through the code quickly in terms of bugs. Just quickly. Should just go over it. Go back. I don't know what's taking quite some time. Oh, and yeah, we'll write a brief and make the same application using Claude, and then potentially what's called DeepSeek or whatever else. And let's use Google Gemini thing quickly. Stream real time. Share. Okay, can you see the screen? What's happening on the screen right now? Which microphone is currently being used? Can you tell? Okay, how about now? Which microphone is being used now? Does it have a check mark? Can you double check? It doesn't. It doesn't have a check mark. It does not have a check mark. You silly goose.
Option.
Okay, so which microphone is currently being used?
Video. It's different.
Okay, can you write the text prompt instructions for a developer to fix this issue? But we'll leave it at that. Yeah, now it has both of them on the same. I assume default is, yeah, so you can compare. Yeah, the Microsoft should be noisier. It should have a high amplitudes and more bandwidth even when they're quiet. Yeah, that's right. But they both, yeah, should be okay. I mean, they're both in the same color. But yeah, if one is overlapping the other, it's essentially adding all the bandwidth up. In general, can you just explain how it all works, how the code works? When two microphones are selected, are we just overlapping the spectrum, one on top of the other in the same color? We need an explanation of that. It looks okay as it is. I love how it's simple and just working. The other thing is, yeah, we were talking before about potentially also doing the same for output audio devices. And pop this into Graphit as well, just so we can visualize the response. fonts. No, it's fine. We do not want to do that. We just keep it at the microphone. Just do it for the microphone without without using output as input, whatever. Yeah, I understand how it can complicate things. But we need the description at the bottom of the HTML. Can we add a description of how this web application works? Yeah, making sure that we explain properly that if multiple microphones are selected, that we merging the inputs first before turning them into a spectrogram. And a couple of things. Can we somehow, is the styling optimized? Would it work on mobile or any screen size at all? This web application, would it work okay on any screen size? Also, when loading the page, can we minimize the number of steps to potentially 0 before we actually display, render something in the canvas, something useful? We can use the first microphone in the list as default. So just use the first thing in the list as default and start the canvas, start the spectrogram displaying. Can we do it without any user input at all? Or is it a big safety risk? Yeah, it's editing the code straight away. Still editing. Well, while it's editing, go check out the website. There's a lot of everything we do, we eventually publish on this website, on this website, on this website, on this website, this URL. Go check it out. This website, go check it out. Let me know what you think. There's a lot of interesting tools there. I'm currently looking at. Review it. Let me know what you think. But essentially, if you're providing any actionable feedback, not like why is it there, but actual technical feedback on any of those, let me know what your feedback is, and I can guarantee that I'll be actually addressing it. Maybe not in the maybe not actually changing the current application, but using it for future development. That's for sure. Taking all your feedback on board. Yeah, now it stuffed something up. Well, you stuff something up. First of all, there is this security thing that doesn't allow the page to access microphone unless you actually clicked on something. So how do we address that? The second, you seem to have removed the list of available microphones. I still want it to be there. First of all, so we know which microphone is currently being used. The first one's being selected as default. The page on load should display something useful. Ideally, the spectrogram will be running already, but yeah, can you address those and fix the code? Yeah, it hallucinated a bit on me, so it needs all the it needs a bit of a slap on the wrist. Upload the image as well. Check that there is no placeholders in the code. Used to be 157 lines of code, now it's a few more. Yeah, the click anywhere is very nice, but do we need it's not clear, like when the page loads it's just an empty screen. So do we need can we have a message on top of the canvas? Or no, a message on top of the web application, on top of the page? Can we have a message in a good location that actually says, you know, click anywhere on the screen? Because currently it's not clear, just a black screen that we get. Don't get rid of any existing functionality. Everything else seems to work great. Is that 50 hertz or something? No, it's 50 hertz shouldn't be coming through into the microphone, is it? Keeps getting amplified the more input there is. I think that's not the limit of the bandwidth. Yeah, hopefully last thing, famous last words. But yeah, can the list of devices appear on page load, or is that also a security risk? Is it possible to reverse the speech from the spectrogram? So back into text, turn it into prompts for Claude to generate the same web application as well. This one is nice and simple. Love it. Love it. Would this web application work on any device screen size, including mobile, or not? Yeah, why don't I see the list of devices anymore? I keep getting rid of it. Can you stop getting rid of it? Bring it back. Make it great again. You stuffed something up. Come on. Is it a bug or something? Did you introduce the bug? No bugs. Well, it's not working properly. Yeah, we can revert to previous version. That's working okay, but yeah, introduce the bug. Initialization not properly restarted. Well, can you add the error checking into the code? And nothing happens when I click anywhere on the page on the screen. It's not fun anymore. Move on to something else, shall we?